run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled in.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Sanders' kick is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Well, they had the great field position to start that opening drive. They only get 3 out of it, but still they get 3, so maybe kind of a win for the offense, Charles, and kind of a win for the defense as well.
Yeah, I would say win-win seems to sum the whole thing up because where that ball was placed to start, that's tough on a defense, and they held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Yellow.
On play action, they'll throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He sets up the screen to Jones. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. The Chiefs at 4 and 10 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden it's something.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones, and he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw, as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps.
He's got it at the 15.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And again, it's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kc. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Mahomes.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football, complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throws on target to Duvernay.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And again, it's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end, Kc. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 9:03.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They're going deep for Hill. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Allen now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Skirts by him at the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
On first down, Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd and 10, Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
George Karlaftis.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown! Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting...
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Again, it's Jones. And some room to work. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kc, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th-quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown at the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
They're going to run forward Jones, and he will not get there. He comes up short, and they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Allen off the play fake. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Allen. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. To the air, Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
Timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Allen. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Now Allen. Flushed out right. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
That pick is 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw.
Tyreek Hill's got another one.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On the give, this is Harris. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Tap forward by Allen on a jet sweep.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game. It's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Mahomes to throw it. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. One final try from Mahomes.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.